Yeah, I love an impeccable listening too. And I think this is important for the women listening that it really is the asking and then listening. I think so many women are they're go-getters.
Yeah.
Like your daughter too. It's like they're go-getters. They do the thing. They're able to do the acting. The acting is very well set. But I think people often don't give themselves time and space to really listen and connect. Do you find that to be true as people aren't really asking and listening as much as they're acting just based on what they think they should be doing?
What I found is that I reflected on myself is that usually we don't get to that point of asking until we have a crisis.
Yes.
So crisis is beneficial. I used to think the crisis was the worst thing. Now I said, I'm having a crisis. Okay, now Most High, what's happening? I go within. So how do I shift this? And I'll say sometimes you hit the floor. I said, don't get up too quickly. Stay on the floor for a minute. While you're there, because once you stand up, you get kind of boastful, as they say, and you think you got it all together now because you came back up.
Like, I'm perfect. I'm not really.
How did that even happen? Back on the floor?
Yes, honestly.
So it literally happened to me. I remember I was going on in Brooklyn, Fulton Street, and I move very fast. I have to pace myself. I talk fast. I walk fast. Everything's quick. I shift quickly. I let go of it. So all that happens, right? I went to the bank. I got a fruit from the grocery store next door. I was going light speed because I had to get back to see a client, putting the clock, and I was walking so fast, the top of my body was over.
Yeah.
You ever seen that? It doesn't happen in LA. I've never seen one person walk that fast. It doesn't happen here.
It's me.
What do you mean?
It happens in the car. We're walking and we're running, and I was running at least. And I ran and I was running, I gotta get there, and bam, I hit the ground. But that was the second time that week. The first time I how do you fall if you're walking down one step and then you fall? How do you do that? That was a message. I got a big boom on my first eye. Okay, but this is the second time. Please don't fall. You're falling with me. You're just feeling me so much. Thank you so much.
Anyway,
Don't
welcome
feel
to
that.
my life. I need help. He literally said one word when we were talking before and I was crying. I'm like, okay, everybody.
I'm on the floor.
I have problems.
That's the Pisces, just the
I know.
I hit the ground, and now everybody's around, so I didn't have time to be embarrassed. I said, now you're here on the ground again. Okay, now what you have to get? And I say they're long enough to say, slow down. You're not going any faster. You're going to hit a brick wall. I had to hear everything. I had to get it all. I didn't want anybody to pick me up. Just let me go through this mud and get this clarity. So I picked up my oranges, picked up my apples, picked up my red onion. Okay, I shifted. I started to walk in alignment. It's like body, mind, spirit had to come together in this moment. Your body, your mind, your spirit, your mission. The person will wait for me on the stoop. I'll be okay. This is not the end of the world. And then I just was able to function and I started to catch myself when I would go back. I kept catching myself. But it took me 3 times to really get it. I got to do one more fall. This is the fall in the same area, right on Fulton now, and Nostrum. Running for a client to get back. Always running for the clients. Running for the work.
Why aren't they running for you?
Running for my life. And I called a taxi. Back then, it's not Uber then. It was taxi. And I run with 2 bags. Bam, on the floor, on the ground. Everybody circles around me to help this, I guess, an older woman. I don't know what they're looking at, but looking crazy.
You're like, I'm fine.
Not old looking.
Yeah, honestly.
And the police officer says, you okay? I said, I get in the car. They help get all my bags. Everybody is helping me get into the car. So I get into the car and I said, okay, all right. And the thing that opened my heart so much is when I got to my destination, which was like a 10-minute ride. I said, how much is that, sir? He said, ma'am, it's okay. I said,
Oh,
humanity.
yeah.
I love when humanity is that way.
Yeah.
I'm in love with humanity. And I got out that car in love with people. And I just said, thank you for seeing and understanding and saying it's okay. And my client was sitting there saying, happy to see me. And I was like, And I had to get myself up because you have to represent you're not falling apart. But those are the moments of the breakdown to have the breakthrough. To let me see when I really do listen that it really does work out magnificent, like a dance, like art, and that you don't have to hurt yourself to serve, to give to others, So some of my lessons.
And it's like slowing down. I find that in a place like New York, when you do, because I lived there in my early 20s and now I'm back there now. Being there now, I feel a lot more aligned and slower. And I'm able to see and walk around. And there are days when I'm rushing, but when I do slow down, I'm able to see those moments of like humanity in New York where I feel like there is so much of that, but because we're all moving so quickly, it's hard to catch it. But it's just like a little fruit during the day. You're like, oh, wow.
So I had to slow down in order for that cab driver to give me that humanity, for that police officer to say, let me help you, for the whole community at that taxi.
Yes. And
that was the lesson there. To breathe.
Beautiful. It's beautiful.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Morning Microdose by Almost 30.
We hope you enjoyed waking up.
As always, we encourage you to take what resonates and leave the rest. If you enjoyed this trip, tune into the full episode on the Almost 30 podcast. All episode information can be found in the show notes.
Make sure to subscribe, and if this becomes a part of your morning routine, be sure to share it with a friend. We have new inspiring doses Monday through Friday. Follow us on Instagram at Morning Microdose, and follow Almost 30 at Almost 30 Podcast.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you in the vortex.